I appreciate you talking to me about this. I love this show on two levels. It has the nostalgia factor for me from reading the books when I was younger, and it also proves that good stories and good characters are universal no matter your age. So, what has it meant to you guys to get to be a part of the Babysitters Club? What's the coolest thing about being a part of this world and doing this show?
It's
Yeah, Vivian, go first.
it's so great. I know that Mallory and Jessi loved it, but Anais and I also loved it because we got to just spend time with those girls every day, and it was a great experience, something that I've never done, so it was great.
Yeah, I'm so glad that we got to bring these characters to life because, like you said, like the nostalgia factor. A lot of people read these books growing up, and I'm so glad that we can portray these characters on screen. And it's so cool to see everyone saying like, "Oh, Jessi was my favorite character from the book series. I can't wait to see her in season 2." I'm so happy to bring the character to life.
Everybody came back to this show, and you guys, get added as members of the Babysitters Club this season. So, were there nerves about joining in that way? What reassured you, during your first day on set?
I think that having Anais there was a great kind of like a thing to bring my nerves down, just because we had both, the other cast had been shooting for many months before us. So when we came, we were kind of scared that we would, not fit in. So having Anais there was great to just do it with someone, and the girls were welcoming. So it was okay.
Yeah. Season 1, like Vivian said, I was so nervous coming on to set because all of the other girls knew each other already. I felt a lot like Jessi and Mallory when they joined the club because it's like I knew they were going to be nice, but it's like, are we going to fit in? Are we going to not? But just like Jessi and Mallory, all of the girls welcomed us in so much, and they're our best friends. So coming on to film season 2 was great. And because we already knew them all so well, we'd been texting and FaceTiming for months.
What does it mean to the characters to be included as new additions to the club? What does it mean to them to be able to take this responsibility on?
Jessi and Mallory really look up to the rest of the BSC. And in season 1, you can see them say like they're like world famous. Jessi and Mallory look up to them like they're like celebrities. So now that they're in the club, it's really surreal to them to be in the club with like their idols.
Yeah, Jessi and Mallory are pretty starstruck. Mallory definitely expresses it a bit more, but so I'm excited for the viewers to see that.
What do you guys most enjoy about working with this cast? You get to do a lot of big ensemble scenes together. What's the fun in getting to do those? And are they just really chaotic and crazy?
Yeah, I mean, we're all we're all best friends, so we're all super comfortable with each other. So the group scenes that we had in Claudia's room were definitely some of my favorites. We would, lunchtime during those days where we would like do those scenes was always the best because we would always sit outside in kind of like a circle and eat our lunch and talk, and those are some of my favorite days.
Yeah, the scenes with all seven of us were my favorite because I just love filming scenes with all of us. It did get a little crazy sometimes because there were like 7 teenage girls on set all at once. And like Vivian said, lunches were so fun, especially towards the end of filming. We like sat in the parking lot and we'd like lay down blankets and our coats, and we all sat and ate lunch together.
What do you most love about your character, and what quality of theirs do you wish you had yourself?
I love my character because I love how driven Jessi is and her passion for dance. Jessi's such a talented ballerina, and even though I play her, you know what? I really wish I had her ballet studio. Her ballet studio is so cool. It was one of my favorite sets to be on because, oh my gosh, Jessi's so lucky that her parents built that ballet studio for her, and I definitely wish I had that in my house.
Yeah, for me, Mallory's siblings would think be kind of cool. It would be a little chaotic, just because of, she has so many. But I think having a good variety of siblings would be fun because I only have one in real life. So.
And I have to say, I've been a dancer since I was 4. And so I really connect to Jessi in that way. And I also would love to have had her whole dance studio going on in my house. But what do you love about getting to explore that side of her? Is there anything that you did to prepare for, her dance ability?
Yeah, I've been doing ballet since I was 2 years old. So I would say I've kind of been preparing my whole life for this part. But even when I was in Canada, I would join Zoom classes with my ballet coach who lives in London. And I would just do my ballet classes every morning. And when I didn't have time to do that, I would do ballet YouTube videos so I could really be prepared for this part because dance is such a big part of Jessi's life. And the dance scenes were definitely some of my favorite scenes to film besides the meetings.
Did you guys feel like, did you have moments that you really sort of felt like you connected to the character when things really clicked, when you really had an understanding of who they were?
Definitely. At the beginning, it was kind of hard to develop Mallory as a character. So at the beginning, I had to really think about how Mallory would act in this scene or act in this situation or say this line, because Mallory and I differ in a lot of ways. And so at the end of season 2, I was able to read a line and just immediately know how Mallory would say it and how she would act in that scene. So that was really fun for me to see how her character development went.
Yeah, Jessi was such a fun character to play because she's a lot like me. So I think Jessi this season, she really struggles with her confidence and she pushes herself to always try to be the best and she puts a lot of pressure on herself. And I honestly relate to that with her because with like acting and dancing, there's a lot of pressure. But like, Jessi taught me that, I'm just a kid and I just have to just be myself and I don't have to worry about the future too much and I just have to live life in the moment.
I love the message that comes through with this season in the episode with the kid who's famous on social media about how sometimes you just have to be a kid and enjoy kid things and not have that added stress and pressure. Do you guys feel like you find a balance between living your lives, using social media, also getting to be a kid, but working in an adult world? Do you feel like you really sort of found a sense of that balance, or is it something you're always working on?
Yeah, I think that I'm still working on it now. I mean, it's very different than a lot of what my friends at home have to deal with. I'm pretty lucky to have a good, to have the cast be around my age. So if I need any help, I can just come and talk to them. But it definitely is a different life that the cast is living, being a child and, working on this show. But I think we've all found our ways to manage it.
Yeah, balancing acting and school and just being a normal kid is never something that you can fully master. I've been doing it since I was 5 and I still haven't really perfected it. And sometimes it does get kind of stressful sometimes, but I just take a step back and realize why I'm doing it in the first place. I'm doing it because I love to act. And even though it can get stressful balancing school and acting at the same time, I just make sure to push through because I love to act, and that is really my passion. So.
Well, you guys are great in this. You're perfect in these characters. Everybody isn't so perfect in all their roles. I love watching you all together, especially in those big scenes. It's so much fun. So I appreciate you talking to me about this season. It's such a great season.
Thank you.
Thank you.